We're gonna get right into this, but first, Katie!
I
We
was
can sit up close and personal.
yeah.
Okay.
Ass, that's the one. It's a Nicki Minaj song.
Can you just make sure that these are in shot? I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
Love you.
Love you guys, you're great.
Hello, cheers, and welcome back to another video. My name is Taylor.
And I'm Ran.
And today we are doing the Halloween book tag that was created by Naomi the Book Lover. So thank you so much for creating that. We are super excited to do it. So we decided to drink the poison apple drinks that we found on Pinterest, and we love them because they're sparkly. You can't really tell, but I'll add some B-roll right here, but look at this shit. Yeah, am I right? How fun is that? Okay.
So pretty.
I love it so much. Cheers.
Okay. Cheers.
Man, I'm so sorry I'm a slurper.
That is so nice. It straight up tastes like a liquid version of those, like, what is it? Those sour apple candy lollipops
Oh,
with
the ones
caramel.
with the caramel on the outside?
It is so good.
I feel like a real bad bitch. Also.
With our little skull
Yeah.
drink. Okay,
let's get into it.
So, the first topic is carving pumpkins, and it is, what book would you carve up and light on fire?
This one, I've seen other people, like, explaining, like, oh, this is a book that, like, I, you know, think that, like, would actually do something in the fire, like, witchcrafty shit.
Oh, okay.
So, that's some way that people interpreted it. I just interpreted it to mean it's a book that I don't like. So, I chose Matched by Ali Condi, like, that whole series.
Oh.
I read it in high school where I was like, I had the interpretation that I always had to finish a series that I started or finish a book that I started. So like literally within like halfway through the first book, I was like, I don't like this. And then I just kept making myself read it because I was like, well, I started it, I have to finish it.
After Taylor just bringing that up, I now have a second one. But my first one, which I'll put here as well, is a book that I have talked a lot of crap on because I just really don't like it, and it's These Witches Don't Burn, because I just can't get behind the storytelling and the character plot.
Don't you hate when that happens?
It drives me insane because I really, really wanted to like this book, and I really still want to try and reread it and maybe like give it a second chance, but I don't think I will. But another one is actually the Divergent series. It's the second and the third. Divergent was fine. That was good. It was after Divergent that I started to be like, when is it over? When is it going to be done? I can't deal with any more of these. I got so tired of it. The Maze Runner, on the other hand. Ooh,
oh,
prime
I'm
time.
the opposite. I didn't like the Maze Runner, but I love Divergent.
You know what? Everyone's got to have their
like,
flaw.
Now, oh. Bitch. So I kind of see what you mean by that.
Yeah.
Like, it was definitely one of the first books I ever read, and I enjoyed it. So I'm gonna just try to keep my memories happy with it.
Nostalgic.
Yes. So the next one is Trick or Treat. So this is two. What character is a treat and what character is a trick?
The book I chose was Ash, and I definitely loved both characters. The protagonist, Ash, and her love interest, which I guess kind of spoiler, but basically the hunter that she falls in love with. I think I just love the hunter because she reminds me a lot of my girlfriend. So to me, she's the sweet, and then Ash is a little bit of a trickster because she defies the roles of the Cinderella person in this story.
I chose two different books for this one. So first, which character is a treat? I chose Julian Blackthorne from Lady Midnight. I just think that he's probably like my favorite character in the Shadowhunters Chronicles in general. Julian has like this devotion to his family that is just so lovable, and I love him so much. Aww. And even though he does some shitty things, I love morally great characters. And then second, trick. I'm gonna go ahead and say Tamlin from A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. In the beginning, I wanted to like Tamlin, and then he tricked me by being an asshole. So, I'm just gonna leave it there. Tamlin.
The next one is Candy Corn, which is, what book is always sweet?
Sweet. It's so sweet, like our drinks. I am going to go with Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. You know what I mean. I've read it a couple times. I remember like at one point I had to read it twice in high school, and both times that I read it, like I just always like had such like a sweet feeling, always had like this time where I was like, okay, now I need to make more of my life. If you don't know what it's basically about like this old man who is a teacher who has inspired so many people. He has Lou Gehrig's disease, or ALS, and like at the end of his life he knows he's dying, so he just basically brings back all these people together to teach his final lessons. So he just kind of imparts his wisdom. So sweet and so like sad, but so like beautiful. I haven't read any of his other work, but I know he has a book called 5 People You Meet in Heaven that like also is on the top of my list.
The book that I find sweet is literally just a book that is very nostalgic to me, and it is The Looking Glass Wars, which I haven't read in a while, by Frank Bedore. And it's basically a take on Alice in Wonderland, and it is something that I, as a kid, really liked Alice in Wonderland. So it's just like a fun, nostalgic read for me. Not so much like as cute and sappy as yours was. Mine's just like, this just reminds me of a younger me that really liked to read.
I love all of these because we have such different takes on them, so it's so fun to like, I've been watching other people's Halloween book tags from like years past. The next one we have is ghosts. So what character would you love to visit you as a ghost?
This book was so good.
The lips of an angel.
So the character I want to visit me as a ghost is actually a ghost in the story, and it's Tristan in Kissed by an Angel, and this is something that it's about a very supernatural love interest, and I did not think I was gonna like it, and then I just got sucked in. I think I read it on a school trip it was like a 6-hour trip, so I read the entire thing, and this is like a big book.
Damn.
So I got invested. But anyway, I love Tristan. He is just one of those characters that is so in love with his girlfriend that he would do anything to be with her, and I'm like, oh, that's so nice.
I love love. I chose another Cassandra Clare one.
Taylor just broke my table.
At least we're at Rayanne's house, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, I chose...
Something just fell off the table.
Don't pay attention, it wasn't the alcohol. I chose another Cassandra Clare one because I'm basic as fuck, but I chose Jessie Blackthorne from Chain of Gold, and spoiler, I don't think it's a spoiler because it's talked about like pretty frequently, but I guess if you haven't read Chain of Gold, skip a couple seconds. But I chose Jessie Blackthorne because he already is a ghost.
I think that's really funny that we both chose ghosts.
No, he already is a ghost right now. I think, like, I just think that he is the shit. So I would like him to come visit me and we would be friends and he'd get me out of some sticky situations maybe, hopefully. So
that's a good friend to have.
Yeah.
Next one is dressing up in costume. And what character would you want to be for a day?
Another Sarah J. Maas one because again, I'm basic as fuck. I chose Manon Blackbeak from, well, she comes in the Throne of Glass series, but she comes in the third one, Heir of Fire. So she makes her appearance here. First of all, she's like described as being like the most beautiful woman ever. So like, obviously, and also she's a badass and she's a witch and I love her. So who wouldn't want to be Manon?
Okay, so mine is Penny from Girl Online because Penny does so much shit and she is allowed to like just be herself. It's basically about a girl who is posting blog posts online, and she basically ends up, spoiler alert, later on down the line, ends up dating this like rock star, but she gets invited to like all of these behind the scenes things and gets to go. She's a very adventurous young lady that I'm like, wow, that would be amazing to just have all these miraculous things happen in a day. So why the not what I
It's like a Disney Channel movie.
Basically, that's why I'm like, yes, sign me up. I would love to be Penny for a day.
We are gonna skip 6. So 6 was Witches and Wizards, which, what is your favorite Harry Potter moment? We're not really talking about Harry Potter right now because we don't support J.K. Rowling's choices.
Nope.
Protect trans kids. 7, Blood and Gore. What book was so creepy that you had to take a break from it for a while?
I don't really read a lot of creepy books. I only just started getting into them. So one book that actually got a little too heavy for me that I had to stop reading was The Glass Castle, which is literally a memoir about this girl basically like on the road. And I was like, this is like sad and I can't keep reading this because it's making me sad. So I had to take a break from this, but I did finish it. It's really good and I would highly recommend.
Okay, I'm also gonna put mine right here. because I listened to this one on audiobook, and it was Verity by Colleen Hoover.
Oh.
But that one was more of like a suspense novel. Like, it wasn't super scary, but I just remember like towards the end when things started like unraveling, but you didn't know like what was true and what was like fake. I remember there was a point where like it got really deep, and if you've read it, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. But there's a point where it's basically like you don't know what actually happened, what is true, and what is like falsified. So I literally had to stop at one point because I thought this character did something really, really, really fucking terrible. And I was like, that is so sad and heartbreaking, and I can't even believe that that happened. And then it was like, but that might be a lie, but still, I don't know. I literally had to stop at one point because I was like, did that person do that? That's so terrible.
But yeah, we are all done.
Yeah, so that was it.
Super short, super sweet. Hope you enjoyed.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
So we are very excited, so thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna put the first video down in the description, so please go watch theirs. It's excellent. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. We put up a ton of new Halloween content, so it's gonna be down in the description, and we're gonna have a separate playlist for it if you wanna watch all of our fun, spooky Halloween stuff.
So you can find all of our content at tipsy_book_talks. That's where we kind of post everything leading up to our videos. We do everything there, so definitely check it out. Make sure to comment down below what your answers are to this. We are, I guess, virtually tagging you. So there you go. You're welcome for that.
We're so annoying. Oh my gosh.
But happy Halloween, everybody.
Yay, happy Halloween.
Bye.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Halloween, 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 Halloween.